Hello people, this is Power here. Concluding this week of final forms, I find this random thing in the front. Anyways, so here we are finally at the final form, ultimate form set. DX Ridewatch Set Volume 1, because I already explained in the Volume 2 set. Here we have included Ryuki Survive, Agito Shining Form, and Kuga Ultimate Form. As you can see, the three respective forms, AD 2000 through AD 2002, the ride watches, Armor Time in Red. Obviously, we got Kuga leading the charge, and then we got Agito Shining and Ryuki Survive. 9 LR44s, get in debt. Here are the three ride watches. Let's just get over with. There's no need of being analytical, because I feel like doing that. I would do that at school. So here's the Ryuki Survive watch. I don't have Night Survive out just because that's buried in one of my Gashpon ride watch boxes, but it's actually, I think Night Survive is actually a darker shade. Night Survive is actually just pure black, while Ryuki Survive is still like somewhat gunmetal, but silver. And then obviously we get the translucent red as the secondary color. QR code for Gamba. He actually gets a different track, obviously. 116, the track Night Survive could have had. Rider symbol 2002. And his face. Here's normal Ryuki, and obviously they're vastly different because the Ryuki ride watches are really inconsistent. Like between like Gashapon exclusives and DX ones, it's weird. Here's his battery cover and pull tab. Here we have Agito's Shining Form, which on camera it's shown as a cream white, but it's pure white. I'll let you guys know. I cannot take out the Gashapon for his cosmic because he's buried right now. QR code for Butba Gamba, Spartan 117. His rider symbol 2001. His face. And here's the original Agito ride watch. While like you might think it's actually the same, you have to keep in mind Agito Shining Form has his crest out, so but it's barely viewable. But I think this will show it. Yeah, so like on the battery cover you can obviously see his crest a bit more, but you can't really see it with that. Last but not least, the only true final form that actually had a reason. Don't worry guys, I'm pure Heisei fan only. Phase 1, disregard Phase 2. QR code for Gamba 118118. His face and the rider symbol 2000. here's the Kuga Mighty form. And again, I'm only doing this to iterate the fact they are different. I'm sorry. And then battery cover, which doesn't look that different, but obviously his facial structure is completely different. Let's get to the Jigger driver. I really hope people actually knew that I was clearly joking about the fact of, like, you know, discrimination towards Heisei Phase 2, because maybe, like, I'm just gonna go on a tangent, but like, maybe not a lot of people know about this, but it's just like, you know, the people I normally meet are either disregard the entirety of Phase 2 or purely Kuga, which Kuga's a good series and all, but you know, they'll like normally disregard the entirety of Phase 2. Obviously, I understand why, but then, like, as I've explained before, I got heavily criticized for liking Phase 2, especially O's and 4s, which is why I can't really get myself into having a Phase 2 rider on my top list, kind of thing, but I'm sorry about that. So obviously we finally get the survive screen running through. Finally. And I really like his jingle. I'm not really sure what it's trying to pull off from exactly. I want to say revolution, maybe, but so we get the survive time break because they didn't want to use echoey final. And plus it's already echoey. Basically, they're like, well, we gotta make these ones different from their original counterparts. And which is what I just realized about that with Five's blaster, because I'm like, wait, if he doesn't have a specific finisher, then they just use the form name. Unless it's in its finisher, like Genius. Survive attack. I think I used to say survive wrong, because I think I actually used to say like survival. So like I used to pronounce it as like Ryuki survival and then night survival, and then I got heavily criticized for that. I apologize for this going on and off. I'm not looking at the camera, but yeah, so I got like constantly like criticized, like criticized, like ridiculed by the fact that I kept pronouncing it. I think that's the word I meant. Like I constantly getting ridiculed for liking shows like O's and 4s, because this is another tangent, but it's just like those shows were purposely targeting towards me, and I got heavily criticized for solely liking them because of the toys and their designs and such. Like, I got criticized for only watching it for the action, not caring for the story and such. Yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta switch this up. Gates equality. Where am I putting these? Shining fin. I think it's supposed to be based off of Deep Breath? Maybe? I can't tell. So you get the Shining Time Burst, Shining, coming from Shining form. You know, I have to say, Agito was kind of a nice palette cleanser when I had to catch up on Zi-O, just because I didn't see Agito, so I literally watched the entire series of Agito before I actually caught up on Zi-O, because I purposely stopped at the Agito arc because I wanted to know, obviously I needed to know the characters and such, but yeah. One last hurrah! Obviously, we have Ultimate. Obviously, his musical cue is from his actual, his in-battle theme, which I really appreciate because Kuga's soundtrack is amazing. So we get the Kyokyu time break, which Kyokyu or Kyokyu? I'm pretty sure it's Kyokyu. I'm sorry, I'm like making it more worse, but it's basically like strongest ultimate. I think that's what it literally is. But Kyokyu, but it's basically strongest or ultimate. Either one of those two. I know Psycho is strongest, but I'm pretty sure it's leaning towards ultimate. Kyokyu. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's ultimate. Because or another way of saying strongest. Obviously, we need a power saw to get through the mirror world. There's no need of switching here. Obviously, because we need to kick God. I can't say anything about Ultimate because then I'm a disgrace to the fandom. I didn't mean fandom, I meant Phase 1 Heisei fans. It's canon time. That's basically it for this entire set. What the heck? So, overall, it's the same thing, but I think talking in a general sense, I do prefer this set a bit more than the second set, just because I actually do like these three final forms. Although Agito's Shining Form is probably my least favorite out of this set, just because, if I had to be honest, I felt like it kind of had no substance in the show. It literally randomly kind of appeared in this TV special. So, yeah. Like, I like it and all, but, then again, I can't really blame them because they were still, like, technically, Agito was the first series they were trying to, like, they were expanding on Kuga, on, like, the Ultimate form, but Agito was actually trying to, like, use it more, so I can't really blame them for that. I think with Ryuki, they actually probably, like, finally, like, abolished it and such. Not abolished, that's getting rid of. They finally, like, established it and such, but honestly, as you guys know, I really love Ryuki, so I really wanted this ride watch, and I don't know which one to say is my favorite either. I'm really stuck in between these two because I like the transformation of this one just because, you know, it's Kuga. Who can dislike Kuga, honestly? And I feel like I'm kind of had to lean towards more Ryuki just because I prefer, like, I just enjoy Ryuki more and, like, have more of an attachment towards it than, like, Kuga. Kuga is just, you know, I get it. He's the first Heisei rider, and presumably the best one, but that's like a big argument because a lot of people are just gonna lean towards Phase 2, but then, like, I'll be like, I like build, and then, like, I'm gonna get killed, and it's just like, I'm like, I like Gaiman build, and then it's just like, you're a disgrace to the Rider fandom. You actually enjoy Phase 2? But I think if I had to talk to a general sense of these two sets, it was stupid. There is no, like, there's no need of these 6 of having to be premium Bandai. It's ridiculous. Because honestly, I actually did map out of how exactly they would have been able to release all 19 of the final forms. As if, so okay, January starts as normal. First half we release Genius form and Hyper Muteki. Then the second half of the month we release Mugen Damacy and Type Tridron. here's where the big changes come. February, we don't under-release stuff. Literally, February, they only released like 4 things. Zi-O Ridewatch 2, the Psycho Grade, the Kikai Mirror Watch, and then Gaim Kiwami. Okay, technically they released 6 things because Zi-O 2's horrible RKF and his final figure. But they barely released anything in February. So, because obviously February is a short month, but that does not mean that you like release one final form. So what I fixed here is that they release Kiwami Arms in February, obviously, but release Wizard Infinity Style along with it. Then the second half, you release Cosmic States and Putotira combo. March comes, you release Cyclone Joker Extreme. I still can't comprehend that being the full name. I know it is, but I just always knew it as Extreme. So you release Extreme, then Complete Form, then in the second half, Emperor Form, Liner Form. Here's April. We get Kabuto Hyper Form, and then Armed Hibiki. We're in April. So then, second half, Blade King form, Flies Blaster. Now, I just put into roadblock. Now, here's a roadblock, because technically, you cannot release. So we're getting in May. Obviously, here's the thing I forgot, because I did actually think about this a while ago, but I'm just trying to reiterate it, but I forgot about the fact that in April and May, they only released 1 pair a month, which was kind of weird. So, I think we're actually gonna, we might actually keep Kiwami by itself, but we're gonna push the months that only had 1 pair into 2, because then, obviously, then there would be unevenness still, because then there's 19 Ultimate Forms, because Grand Zi-O does not count. So I'm actually going to leave Gaim Kiwami Arms by itself. Here's April. So, they released Decade Complete Form. Essentially, I'm going to combine April and May together. So then, because April was Complete Form and Emperor Form, May was Liner Form and Hyper Form. So then, we make those 2 months together. I know most of you guys are just like, just get on with the verdict. But it's just like, May, we get Hibiki, Armed Hibiki in Blade King form. Then we get Fai's Blaster. And then Ryuki Survive. Then, in June, we get Ayato Shining form in Kuga Ultimate form. Then, later on the month, we get Grand Zi-O. Isn't that a better way of doing that instead of like shoving these into 3-packs and on premium Bandai? Like, yes, you are paying the same price and such, but it's just like, I don't understand their logic. Like, why do they hate selling things in the summer? The summer is where, oh, okay, in Japan it's different, but like, I was going to say something about us, but who cares about us Americans? We're less superior. We're horrible people. But, yeah, this argument would not work. Because I was going to say, Japanese people aren't that busy, but that's when school starts for them again. I'm pretty sure. But, yeah, so, I was going to say, I just don't like the fact that Bandai doesn't, or for Rider at least, they don't release anything like minor in the summers. They only release like things that relate to the final form, and that's it. Like, you have these other ones that you can release retailly. You didn't have to put them in premium Bandai. But yeah. I was actually going to like get my Ridewatch Dizer and like build it up, but honestly, because I actually am planning on getting a second Dizer, I don't know when, but because I have 2 extra stands, I'm gonna use one of them and build up an extra Dizer for these ones, so then these aren't laying around. So if that does come around, or if I do actually get around getting the 3 extra Dizers, I'll do a video of me building up the second one with the ultimate forms. But overall, my final thoughts of that. If you've been collecting the final forms, these 2 sets are a good way of completing them off. I just think it's really stupid they threw them in Premium Bandai right away, too. And like right when they were introducing them, they're like, "Oh yeah, here are these 2 sets that we're gonna release later on." And it's just like, what? You could what the heck are you doing? I really hate it when they do this. It's just like with the Gashpon sets too. Like they started releasing, I think it was like since May. They literally started to just only release one per month, and it's just like, what are you doing? It's just like, you want to make money? Then why are you producing less? This is PowerRider, and I'm leaving you people. I really hope they make a proper Grand Geo ride watch of this. I know they won't, but I would like if they did do one, which is why I feel like honestly the the Ultimate Form Ride Watch collection is missing, or it's incomplete because there's no Grand Geo Ride Watch. Because the Grand Geo Ride Watch doesn't count because that's the ride watch in combination of all 20 of the main Rider ride watches, not the final forms. So I would have liked the Gashpon variant.